Hi Flosstube, it is Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. This is Mel from Mel of Hope Stitches and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks for giving this channel a try. If you have been here before, thanks for coming back. So I'm playing with the lighting a little bit and I have the window open and I've noticed that my glasses are starting to darken up. So I apologize for that. So it's either dark glasses or bad lighting. The lighting still may be kind of bad, but we're just gonna go for it and see what happens. I decided to put together a Flosstube today because it's been about 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks, I think, since my last video. And it's been a little busy here, but I've actually gotten a lot of stitching done and some finishing done. So I'm gonna jump into that. I'm gonna start with full finishes and then I'm gonna share some almost finishes. And then I'm going to talk about some whips that I've worked on and some haul. Life right now has been just a little busy, home a bit, but busy home. But because of that, I've been able to get some stitching in and I've been pretty whimsical with my stitching. The one thing I've been sticking with, if you've been here before, is working on the cross stitch snapshots that came out from Fat Quarter Shop back in 2021 that are taking up a whole drawer of space. And I said, that's it, they have to get done this year. So I've been making sure that I'm stitching one of those a month ahead. Other than that, I am just kind of going with whatever I feel like doing. I truly believe that the rest of life is just a little crazy and there's all the must-dos. So stitching is for fun. So I have to do what appeals to me at the moment. So that's kind of where I go with that. I've been fortunate enough this month, actually over the last 6 weeks, to do a couple stitchy meetups. So AZ Stitchers is a new group. I learned about it back when I went to Stitch West in October and had all these high hopes of getting it to it every month, and then things happened. And finally in February, I got to go to the AZ Stitchers monthly meetup, which was fantastic. Met so many beautiful people and saw so much beautiful work. And I'm always in awe of the eclecticness of our craft because so many people stitch on so many different things and every single one of them is beautiful. Even if it's something I would never stitch, it's just gorgeous. And somebody else may be saying that about mine too, right? Like, oh, that's great, but I would never stitch it. And then sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, I have to stitch that. So of course there's always enabling when you go to things. So I had that in February. And then in March, I went again, super fun again, went with a bunch of friends and met new friends. And then I do a monthly Zoom with my StitchCon table, I'll call it, my peeps from StitchCon, and I can't wait to see them all in June. So we do a monthly Zoom meeting. So I had that also. So I had 3 different things that I got to get together and stitch with folks in addition to my regular stitching, and 2 of my girlfriends came over one day to stitch as well. So actually I had 4 times with folks. So that was super fun. So my cup runneth over with stitchy fun. So without further ado, let me get into some of my finishes. If you are aware, which many of you are, a couple days ago was St. Patrick's Day. And I was decorating and I had a couple St. Patrick's Day things, not a lot. I have a lot more spring items. So I had picked up a pattern last year, a Lizzie Kate Flip It. And honestly, I think when I bought it, it was just like, okay, I'm making a purchase. I want something else. I don't want this floss to travel alone. So I picked up this St. Patrick's Day Flip It from Lizzie Kate. And I just stitched it on a scrap of beautiful beige 14 count Aida that I had on hand. And I did a color conversion. I stuck with a pink, a purple, a black, a gold, and a green. But I just went to my fancy floss stash because I have quite a lot of fancy floss stash because I was in a couple clubs when I first got back into stitching. And then I got out of them because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much fancy floss. And so whenever I can, I do a conversion to that. So I used Weeks Dye Work Curry. I used Weeks Dye Works Onyx. And then from my color in cotton, I used some Shamrock, which I don't know if you can see the variegation in there. I think it's coming out in the light a little bit. You can see it. It's beautiful. Cupid, which again, look at the variegation in this. Color in cotton, I'm always in awe of their hand-dyed flosses. And this one is Wisteria. So again, those are the colors I chose. And my friend Jeannie had given me this floss keep ring, which I hadn't used. It is so light and you just spin it. And it is fantastic because it does not add a lot of weight, which a lot of the rings do. So I love that. So I just did this, and then I finished it with some Lady Dots Create pom-poms, which I'm still getting the hang of how to stitch these when I'm using my machine. What I did this time was I stitched the pom-poms first to the Aida cloth, and then I went back and put my backing fabric on. And then I did it where I put the slit in the middle with some pinking shears because it's just the quickest and easiest way. And with the pom-pom, it didn't have to not overstitch, but I didn't have to do a slip stitch to sew it closed. So I did this. I might still stick a button or two on there, but for now it's done. I love this fabric. I stole it from my mom's stash. And I have plenty more of this because I have a fat quarter. So I do have a plan for another St. Patrick's Day stitch. I printed off the Primrose Cottage Free March stitch, which is this super adorable Happy St. Patrick's Day. If you are not subscribed to their newsletter and not getting their free monthly stitch, you are missing out because they give you the most adorable stitches for free. You can buy finishing kits. You can buy the floss and things before it comes out. I did not get it this much. I bought it in February. I have not stitched the February one yet, but it's to be stitched. When? I don't know. It might not get done until January of next year, but it'll get done at some point. So when I finish this, I'm going to do a very similar finish here, and I will use this backing fabric, and this is just green, black, and gold. I might just stick with the green, black, and gold that I already have out from this one because then they'll kind of match each other. So that's my St. Patrick's Day brouhaha. So that's exciting. And you guys, that took me like a day to stitch, not even like a night. It was an evening stitch. It was very quick, very fun. So those Lizzie Kate Flippets are super fun. Okay, I also finished, I've shown this before. This was a Mill Hill kit. And it is called, let me find it. I actually wrote notes this time. I don't usually do that. It's called Winter Holiday. And it had a lot of different beads in it. See all the beads in there? And this is the special jewel. But I loved this one. And I just fully finished it the other day. So to fully finish it, I took paper scissors, sharp paper scissors, and cut around my Mill Hill perforated paper, being very careful to not cut where there is stitching, because obviously I don't want to ruin the stitching. And then I just took it and I traced on a piece of sticky felt, traced it onto there, stuck some ribbon in it, put my sticky felt on the back, and there you have it. A very simple ornament finish. And for these Mill Hill kits, I really think a simple finish is the best because the beauty's in the stitching and in the beads. So that was a fun one there. So I got that done so I can add it to my stack. Last year, as you know, I was a failed ornament stitcher. I didn't give any ornaments out for gifts last year. So I'm slowly building my stash so that this year I can give them out at Thanksgiving so people can put them on their tree. Okay, my next finish is my April snapshot of the month. So this time I was working on April. And this was the original colors that Sandra Workman did it in, which you can see. And then as part of the Snapshot 2021 Club, Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop created her own color conversion. She kind of lightened them up a little bit and used a different frame. And so this kit was fantastic because it came with all the DMCs. So I finished it and it was stitched on this Lori Holt 10 count even weave. It's what it's called. It doesn't have a color other than vintage cloth, and the back says introducing vintage cloth by Lori Holt. So maybe that's the color. I don't know. It doesn't have a color other than 10 count even weave vintage cloth. So anyway, maybe it does here. Let me look here. Maybe there's something. Nope, I don't see anything there either. Okay, so I did fully finish it. It doesn't really look fully finished when you look at it because it is literally just finished onto a piece of board because I have one frame that this will go in that all of my snapshots go in. But I think it came out super cute. Again, it is just those faded colors. I love this little bird. I love the rabbits. I love the rain. Here in the Phoenix area, I don't get a ton of rain, so I might be living vicariously through the galoshes and raincoat on this stitch this month, but it'll be fun and it's done. So next month in April, I will do maize. and hopefully get that one done. The May one is not super exciting to me. So, I don't know. I think it's right here actually. I might be able to grab it. Yeah. It's sitting here ready to go. It's pretty. It's very dainty, the May one, which is a good thing. But here's May. So I don't know. There's something about the colors or something. It's not screaming at me. So it'll get done. It'll get done. I'm going to do it. I'm going to power through. I mean, the colors are pretty. I think what it is pastels are just not my thing. So the April one was a little brighter than May, but it'll get done. This is my like lazy Susan of, please work on me now. So I'll get that one done. All right, what do we have next in cross stitch land? Let's see. Next, I have a pillow kit, winter typography. I think in my last Flosstube, I was starting to work on this and I explained how it was kind of crazy in the hoop because the pillow came all together. But it is another Pine Mountain designed by Sandra Workman, which is the same as the Snapshots. And she has a whole typography series. You know what, let me take it out of this plastic so you can see the picture a little bit better. I only purchased this winter one. And my fabrics are slightly different, but in the same color tones. I got this when I went to Stitch West, when I went to Pine Needle Craft Shop, because I wanted to get something that was kind of exclusive to there. That yes, I could order it online, but something about saying, oh, I got this when I went on the retreat was fun. And now I'll always remember it. So I stitched it up. And then I said, oh, I need the pillow form. So I ordered pillow forms and it just came in not too long ago. So this is my finished pillow. And again, it came with all the called for DMC colors. And this is the little pillow it became. So it's just this cute little pillow. I need to iron it a little bit better because I still have lots of wrinkles from, as you can see, from doing my stitching. So I've got to go back and do that. And then I might put a Velcro closure on the back because it just, I don't know, it doesn't come together as nicely as I would like it to. So I'm going to work on that. But I think the pillow is cute. And now I'm thinking I might want to do this. There's a summer or spring and a fall. So I may have to do another one. I don't know. We'll see. That's a thought. It's a thought. Nothing more than a thought right now. But that was, it stitched up quick. It was on a, it was a pre-sewn pillow sham, DMC. It came with the pattern, the needle. I think it's yeah, that's definitely a 14 count Ada that it came on, which was fun. And like I said, it stitched up fast and it just, I don't know. I love the fact that it was all done, right? Like, so you finish stitching something and you're always like, okay, now I need to come up with a finish for this. And I've got to make a pillow or what am I going to do? And this one, it was like, just like buy the form and stick it in. So I enjoyed that. So that was another finish. The next one is a finish that was done in 2023, you guys. So it is a pattern from Sweet Wings Studios. I absolutely adore her patterns. When I went to StitchCon in 2023, I actually met Susan and she's a gem. And this is her Fear Not pattern. I'm not exactly, I think that's the title of it. I did not dig through my patterns to find it. But I did take it out of my box of beauty, I call it, my things that are fully stitched that I haven't finished yet. And I brought it with me to the store the other day, and I just noticed there's some threads in there, so I'm gonna have to take it out because there's like three different threads that are like totally in the way behind the glass. So I'm going to have to take this off. So you're gonna see it with threads in it, but it is what it is. But this is how I framed it, and it fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God, from Isaiah 41:10. This I did on 18 count Rainy Day Ada, which was from Atomic Ranch Fabrics. And I know the window's getting in the way with the glare, but you can kind of see the modeling. It really shows up right here. The modeling in this fabric really does look like a rainy day. And I did a color conversion to Forbidden Fiber Co's flosses. And I used the same color tone, so a blue, some plums, and a white. The white is stitched with 3 strands versus 2 strands, so you can see how it kind of puffs out more. I was not too sure of that when I did it because I thought, oh, this is going to be so thick. But I love that the verse sticks out and is so vibrant on this. The reason I use the Forbidden Fiber Co. threads is because I was at StitchCon and I picked up the chart and I wanted to start it right then. And in their little annex, they were selling them. And they're beautiful. I absolutely adore them and love them. And so that was fun. So I'm going to have to take this apart and fix the extra threads in there. So I'm glad I noticed that today. So that was that one. And like I said, I finished it a long time ago. I've got a ton in my box and they're just waiting. They're waiting for the right finish. And I had set my mind to the fact that I was going to do some finishes this week. And so I took an afternoon and I just did finishing. And that's why I have a few things finished. I have to be in the mood to finish is what I'm going to say. Otherwise I'm like, nah. The next one is one that I did complete this month and you've seen it a bit. It is tomatoes from, it's fresh picked tomatoes, excuse me, from Pedal Pusher. Barbie from Pedal Pusher. I love this design. And I did a conversion to the Forbidden Fiber Co. colors and Rami's creation. And again, I was at StitchCon and I found this beautiful fabric, which is a 16 count Aida from Fiber on a Whim called Cafe au Lait. And I've said this before, what I love about this fabric is it's got green undertones in it. I stuck primarily picked colors that were in the same tones as what she was using, as you can see. My one big change is that this one here, she did in more of a brown and I did it in like a plummy purple and I absolutely love it. This red here is from Rami's creation, which is in, she's out of Italy, I believe. Spain or Italy, one of those beautiful countries. And it is a beautiful darker red and this was a lighter red. Forbidden Fiber Co. at the annex didn't have 2 reds that were far enough apart without it being too much of a orangey color. And I really didn't want another orange because I had these 2 tones here. But anyway, this was my finish. As you can see, I'm still in the process of finishing it. I'm deciding whether I'm going to be lazy and glue it or if I'm going to lace it. It's been kind of a bear to get these parts to be even on the sides, and I still don't think they're totally even. Lacing will give me a little more give with that. So my thought is to lace it. But I kind of ran out of mojo of finishing mojo. So I've got to still work on that. What I did change in this pattern is you can see she just used 2 colors down here. She had 1 color for the green and 1 color for the yellow. I decided to use all 3 shades of green in my leaves. And 2 of them, these 2 are super similar. So I don't even know if you can tell the color difference there. When it's in person, you can see it a little bit better. I probably should have put the lighter green in the middle. Well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because they would be near each other anyway. But anyway, I had fun doing it. And then what I'm hoping to do is put it, I have a tobacco basket that I'm hoping to put it in. So when it's finished, I'm hoping it's going to go in here. And then I was thinking of just putting maybe some vines or something on it, but keeping it pretty simple for summer tomatoes. So that's my thought there. We'll see where I get with it. I don't know. Look at this. I even have my thread right here for lacing. Channeling my inner Kathy Harron. I've got my upholstery thread ready. So we'll see what happens. But that was a fun finish. So that is all my full finishes. You guys, that is 6 full finishes. I mean, 1 I stitched a long time ago, but 6, that's like unheard of for me. So that was cool. All right, so 6 full finishes. Now we're on to finishes. So when I started rearranging my craft room in January or into December, I made a nice shelves for all my whips. And as I was putting them up there, I've got some that are super old that I haven't stitched on a ton and they're big. So I need to get cracking on those. But you know, I've had things like this come up that I'm like, I just want to stitch it from start to finish and I want to get it done. So I've been doing that. And then I noticed I have a couple things that are kitted to start that I haven't started yet. So I'm putting them in as my whips and I'm kind of like, you know what? I took the time to put it in a bag, so that should get finished before I kit up something else. But I got in some Onyx Weeks Dye Work thread, which you saw in this one, because I used some of it there. But I really needed it to finish this big boy. So this is, let's see, this is Halloween from Primrose Cottage. And I've shown it before. I really worked on this a lot at Stitch West and went through 2 more things of black thread. So I had this all done except for this house, this oar, this cauldron. I think I had spooky done. There was something else. Maybe like the eyes inside the ghost. So I took a day and I finished it up. And I think what I want to do with this, because it's super cute, you guys, I think I'm going to put it on a pillow. So it can be on my couch as a pillow. Not that we're going to sit on it, but that we can enjoy it during the Halloween season. And it was this chart. This is Halloween from Primrose Cottage. I have the summer chart that is the same size. So I think that I'm going to stitch. In fact, that one is all kitted up and ready to go. So that one needs to get started. And I think I have a pillow form that this will fit in. And if I make it a sleeve back, I can use the same pillow form for both of these if I'm doing the other one on the same size fabric or one that will fit. This one is a 25 count Lugana from Forbidden Fibers called Parliament. And I don't know if you can see it in here or if it's too washed out, but it's like a purpley gray, which is a purpley pinky gray, which is really fun. So if I can use the same pillow form for 2, that'll be like a 2 for 1. That's always a fun thing. So that's what I'm going to do there. When that's going to get done, I don't know. It might sit until I get both of them finished. We'll have to see. All right, so now, aside from all that, other whips that I have been working on. So one whip that I have been taking out and working on since Christmas, and I believe I showed this in my last Flosstube, was this cross stitch. It is Christmas Rules from Lizzie Kate. That one you cannot see the back. Let me find one that doesn't. Oh, I guess they all have their stickers in the same spot. All right. Well, this is what it looks like. It's Christmas Rules, and then it has all different little charts going all the way down. And I was really fortunate to get these at Stitcher's Paradise, gosh, like 4 years ago, you guys. And so you can get them on 1, 2, 3 Stitch, but I was able to get them there. And I am stitching. So I bought the patterns and then went back last year and bought the 16 count de Blue Ada and all of the called for colors. And I decided to use the called for colors, which look at how ratty my ring looks. But I decided to use the called for colors because I wanted it to be true to Lizzie Kate's design, kind of like a tribute to their company. And so I've worked on it a bit, and this is how far I've gotten. This took me a while because I had to fill in. And then I'm working on Good Cheer. Let me see if I can see that. Find that one in this mess. Let me see. It's really kind of fun because you get 2 charts on every little thing. So this one I'm working on is Be of Good Cheer. And it was coming along pretty quick. And then I just decided I needed to get going on some other things. And then also on this one is Treasure Family. So these will be the 2 I will be working on. When I'm going to touch this one again, I'm not sure. But I'm enjoying it, and it's stitching quickly. So I really should. I just love this little cardinal. Look at his 2 tones of color, and he's so darn cute. I think this is going to be one that I'm just going to have to take it out and work on it a little at a time. So it gets some work, and then you never know. Maybe I'll be done by next Christmas or the Christmas after. This is one of my project bags that I made, and I love it. I don't know, it just makes me happy. I haven't made project bags in a really long time, but this one I love. Another one that I finally started, you guys, and I just started it. I have it in a bag I got at Stitch West, and this is 324. So you're gonna laugh at this very meager start, but I have my first design in. I only have that first design in, and then I picked up some of the next colors because I don't think I had them. And a lot of them I do have. So I've just started it, and my hope is to just get a few done and then just take it out a little at a time. So this is going to be a little at a time stitch. I do need to photocopy. There's a part of the, I love this pattern. It's so detailed. I love the new one they came out with not too long ago. In this pattern though, they have, gotta find it. So they have so many different ways you can do it because they have it with 36. Yeah, I'm working on page. Yeah, I'm doing I start in the lower left corner, so I've got page 5. I'm just trying to find. Oh, here it is. They tell you which numbers are where. So I need to photocopy this so I can cross it off, because that will help me. So before I get too into it, that is what I want to do. So I think I can make a photocopy from my printer. So it's on my docket to figure that out later today or tomorrow. And I'm just excited about this one. It makes me happy, all the different colors. And I have a lot of them. So there were some blues, and I was at Michael's the other day. And so I went to pull some of the blues, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I know I have these in a project. I know which projects it's in. For the one strand I'm going to use, it does not make sense to buy a whole new skein of DMC. So that one is my to be worked on. And it's in this adorable bag that was made for us at Stitch West, which I love. All right, my last, and I don't know, it's a white even weave that I'm using on that one. I have no idea, by the way, what it is. My last new start and almost a finish, which I kitted up at StitchCon last year, is Rascals by Barbie, the pedal pusher. And she's got some new cute ones out. So I kitted this up with all the call for DMC, and it's really weird. I'm on like this Ada kick right now. Like everything I'm stitching is on Ada, and I just get stitch on everything. So it's kind of funny that I think because I was thinking of starting it at StitchCon, I was like, oh, let me just use Ada because Ada is easy to use when you're chatting with people. So this is on Sky from Atomic Ranch. It's a 16 count Ada. And this is my progress. It's a little washed out right now because this and this are super bright. I love this bright color. It's a little washed out, but this is it. I have 2 more rows to go and I'll be done. And as you can tell, I did not do a good job measuring as to where it was going to be in my hoop because it should be more in the middle, but it'll be fine for what I'm going to do with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But it's coming out so dainty and so cute. I'm loving it on the blue fabric. In hers, she did it in a brown. I'm loving the blue. What I might do though is I might add a little X in black or in a bead for the bunnies because I just think they're too cute. And I love how this one is like decimating this little carrot there. And I thought, oh, this is a lot of color changes. It's gonna take a long time because you're changing colors. It is such a fast stitch. This is, I think I have all the ones she had out from last year. I know she has at least 1 or 2 more out now because I think there's an evergreen one that she came out for winter, and there might be like autumn houses or something. So those are on my wish list, right? Because they're good, but I can't believe how quick this stitched or is stitching. So I definitely will be looking to do the others. So these are super cute. Again, it's Rascals from the Pedal Pusher, which is Barbie Tingley. And that's who my tomatoes is from. And I have it in my Black Cat Stitchery bag. So super fun. So working on that one, hoping to finish it up maybe today. You never know. Depends how much time I get to stitch. I love school vacation for that. And sorry if I just made the camera jingle for a minute. All right, lastly, I have some haul. Some of my haul is purchases, some of my haul is free. So I'll start with the freebies that I felt really lucky to find. When I've gone to StitchCon, 2 different years, I have bought Told in the Garden Amish pieces. I have not started either one of the Amish pieces I've purchased, but I've purchased them. And last year I bought, I think, Even Weave to do one of them on, or to probably do both of them on, because I think I got a fat quarter of it. So there's probably plenty for both of them. So I was at the AZ Stitchers Saturday stitch along, stitch up, whatever you want to call it, and they have a freebie table. And I felt a little guilty because I forgot to take my things for the freebie table, yet I went over to the freebie table and I found these. And I thought, well, do I take them? Do I not take them? I kind of hemmed and hawed, talked to a friend and said, you know what? I'm just going to bring some more with me next time and I'll take these. So I've got my freebies already ready to go for next month. But I found a Told in the Garden that matches. It is an Amish. It's called Under the Orchard. And you guys, it's my little Amish people. So it's going to go with the 2 Amish ones I'm going to make. And Lord only knows how long the person had this because the price point on these is like crazy cheap. So I got that. Then I found this one, which was from Heart of Country, which I'm wondering if it is the same company because the way they lay their charts out is similar. Wait, does it have the same address? Nope, it's in Warren, Ohio. The other one is in Cortland, Ohio. So it is a different company. But this one is called Summer Ends, and it's another adorable Amish one. Isn't it cute? I might change the colors, but I love it. The little saying says, little sister, do not cry, just wave your tiny hand goodbye. When I come home the end of day, I promise we'll go out to play. Not sure if I'm going to put the saying on it, but I love the whole upper part. So that will be going on it. So that one I got. And then they had a lavender and lace there that I just thought the skating girl is so pretty. And I debated it, but it was there all day. So I decided that I would take it home with me and look at her. I'm trying to block the pattern. But isn't she gorgeous? I don't think I'll do these florals up here. I might do this blue background here and maybe even make it green. But I absolutely think she is so elegant. I've never done a lavender and lace, but I just thought it was cute. So I got that. So that was my freebie haul. And then I think I've talked about this haul before, but I finally got it in. So I finally got in Mary Mary from Nora Corbett. So isn't she gorgeous? Again, I've never done one of these, but I was like, I need to make this. It's just beautiful. I ordered it from Top Knot Stitcher, got that in, and then I happened to be, I don't know if I was on her site or somewhere else, but I saw that Weeks Dye Work had a thread they call Bethlehem. And I'm like, I think I need to have that. So I bought 2 skeins. Look at the variegation in this yarn. I just think it's absolutely beautiful, all the variegation. And I have a couple of ornaments that are nativity scenes that I might use this on. I'm not quite sure how it will look. I also have a Prairie Schooler different nativity, but that one's more like a night shadow, so I think that one's gonna have to be done in blues. But I just couldn't pass this up. I have a Madonna and Child nativity scene from A New Creation that I think I might try on this and see how I like it. I just, again, look at the variegation. So I had Abby add that to my order, and she is sending me the bead pack to go with Mary Mary. So I'm very excited to get that. And then I just have to, I have not picked a, cloth yet to do this on. The suggestion is a 32 count natural brown linen or a 16 count golden needle Aida in country French or a 14 count natural brown Aida. I'm thinking of the 32 count linen only because of the elegance of this girl. I think the background fabric in the linen might look very elegant. I don't know. I'm not starting her yet, so I have some time to think about that. I just wanted to get the Mill Hill beads, and I wanted to get the pattern. And then I'm going to look at the Krynic and the Karen water lilies and see what I can do there. I definitely will do some type of a brown tone because the colors pop and I don't want to mess with that. But I think a linen or an even weave would be best. So I just think she's so beautiful. I can't wait to stitch her. And you know what's really nice? Abby always puts a free gift in for you. So I'm just looking at this right now. I'm just going to tout Abby's shop a little bit because she is so good about getting back to you about things and things like that. So she sent me a Forbidden Fiber Co. limited edition, beautiful little gray color that she put in there. 5 yards of it for my order. So that was kind of fun. Or very fun, I should say. So if you haven't checked out Abby, Top Knot Stitcher, check her out. She's got some great things. Like everybody else, she just came back from market and has oodles of things that you can get, and lots of fabric and things too. So she's a good place. All right, I only have one other piece of haul. I don't think I have anything in here because I don't think I bought anything else. Nope. So we all know Joann is closing. Moment of silence for Joann, right? So I went yesterday with my daughter, and I was a little annoyed, I'll be honest, because you go online and they were like, oh, everything's 50% off. And then you walk in and no, they have things that are 10% off, all up to like 90% off. So it really depends on what you're getting and what you're looking for. My daughter was looking for some sewing scissors. She found those. I was disappointed that a lot of the art supplies, like the notepads and things at the Joann I was at, were only 10% off, so we didn't bother with that. But they had storage boxes. And look at this beautiful storage box I got. Peppermint Parlor. It said, the sign said 70% off. I'm like, 70% off, I will get it. Y'all, I got it for 85% off. I paid, let me find it on here because it was crazy. I paid $3.75 for this. That is my bargain of the century. They didn't have a lot at the Joann I was at. Who knows if they have them anywhere else, but I'm like, I thought of it for storing my cross stitch stuff, but I'm like, oh, wouldn't this be pretty to store a Christmas quilt in? Of course, I'd have to make the Christmas quilt to fit in here, but you know, gotta have pipe dreams, right? So that was my steal of the century, bargain of the century, whatever you want to call it. And I just love it. And it has ribbon candy on it, and I reminisce over that. So that is what I have for you today. My video is a little longer than normal. If you have stayed it till the end, thank you. I would love if you would like and subscribe to the video because that helps it get out a little bit more. Share it with a friend if you could. Love a comment because again, comments and liking and subscribing and sharing all help the channel get a little busier, which is something that I'm hoping to do, is to build this channel. I hope that you share what you're working on for cross stitch. What's a chart from Nashville that's got you saying, oh, I need to have that? I would love to hear your thoughts. I am trying not to purchase right now. I'm making a list of things from market. And I'm going to wait a little bit to see once the dust settles, what do I really want to stitch on? Because you guys, I just open a drawer and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to start this, this, and this. I've got so much to stitch on. A friend and I are going to do a stitch along. So we think we have that one figured out. But I would love to know what you're hoping to stitch on. What is something new that's got your fancy? What is something old that's got your fancy? Where are you at right now? I'm going to finish up my Rascals. I know that I'm going to chug along with that May snapshot at some point. Might love on those whips that I shared today. Another whip, I do not have it in this room by now, but that I really need to just get it done, is Flea Market Flowers from Lori Holt. Y'all, I have been working on that since it came out. I was like doing it at the original stitch along, and I just need to do it. It's a beautiful stitch. When I'm working on it, I love it. It's so happy. I don't know what it is. It's just the intricacy or whatever. I do a little bit and then I don't know, I peter out. So I need to give that one some love. So maybe that's going to be a focal point over the next month. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I will be back to see you sooner, not later. And hopefully I'll have some more finishes and fully finishes. So thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for enjoying this hobby. and allowing me to give back with this floss tube. And I will catch up with you soon. Happy stitching.